Hey, loved ones, I would like to give you a few things, a few resources perhaps that might help you if you are a caregiver, a brand new caregiver, and you have no idea what to do, who to reach out to, or what's next. First things first, if you are helping someone, um, reach out to the social worker. If they're coming out of the hospital or something like that, typically there is a social worker assigned. Ask them all of the questions. What can we do? How does this thing work? If the person is coming out of the hospital, okay, does this person need physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy? A good social worker in a hospital is going to give you all of that information anyway. If you need time off of work, then they will give you the documentation or paperwork that you need to have filled out by the doctors so you can have it, sent to your job and perhaps get some sort of a leave or something. Okay. Also, ask them for all of the resources, get all the pamphlets, even if you don't think you need them, get them all. This is the next tip, whatever your loved one has, whatever the ailment is, or whatever they're working through or healing through, consider joining a few Facebook groups that have people who are either caregivers caring for loved ones who have the same thing going on and working through the same thing, or a Facebook group where the actual people are in there who are experiencing these same health situations. Okay, join those groups so that you can get more educated on how to help the person that you love, more educated on what's available. There could be some success stories in there where people have fully recovered and healed from this thing. Join the groups, engage, ask questions, and connect. That is truly important. There are some other social media, follow the different hashtags. Just go into the different social medias, whatever platforms you're on, put the hashtag, do a search, hashtag, and then put the name of whatever it is that you have concerns about or you want to learn more about. Go onto YouTube and educate yourself and just see what's out there. Now, I'm not saying that everything on the internet is Hoyle and is accurate. But when you are in a community with people who are experiencing this, you can get more information. And the more information you have, the more knowledgeable you are, the better this thing is, and the better you can kind of navigate this thing with the person that you love, and you can share that with them. It would actually help if they are able to also join groups, support groups, and things like that. Also, support groups that are in the community. If you are able to do that, join them, because there may be some resources that you need to know about that will actually help, some free resources. Next tip, 211, dial 211. That is the United Way. I have dialed 211, the United Way, and asked for different types of resources for whatever. It could be resources for living wills. It could be resources for nutrition, like Meals on Wheels in the area. It could be resources for home care. It could be anything. Call and allow them to tell you whether or not they have details on that. They're really good at this, and they will give you information, websites, phone numbers, or whatever that you can actually call to see if you can get more information, more help, more, maybe money. Maybe you need money. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need to get some sort of funding to help you, because you might be missing time at work, or there's so many different things. So whatever you can think of, even if it sounds ridiculous, write it down, journal it all down, and then make the call. The other thing is enlist help from family and friends that you trust. Now, this could be tricky because I know many people do not trust all of the folks coming into the home, say, to give you help while you go to the store. Some people just don't trust folks in their house, even if they're family. And sometimes the family members, create that create that whole feeling. So I get it, I understand. But brainstorm ways that you can enlist help. So maybe you don't trust certain people at the house while you're not there, but maybe if they will, just ask them, hey, can you come over? I need help with doing some dishes, or maybe, purging this closet or mopping, anything to make life easier and make things more minimal for you. Okay. Or sometimes you just might want someone to come by and sit and have conversation. All right. Maybe you trust them enough for you to go into another room and read a book while they sit and, communicate and have fun with the person that you're caring for, watch TV, movies, things like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Check YouTube for if you're losing sleep, things like that. I would say check YouTube and even Pinterest, any kind of search engine or social media platform that will give you good tips on how to get more sleep, better sleep, herbs that you can take, herbal teas and things like that. And also great ways that you can engage with the person that you care about. Be creative. Maybe you want to play some games. Playing games and having lots of fun and laughter is really conducive to healing and wellness. Okay? Which brings me to my other option, other point. Create a space that is conducive to healing and wellness. While things might seem sort of bleak because of this diagnosis that the doctors gave, that doesn't always mean that there are, okay? We have to be careful about the words that we speak over people and the words and things that we speak over ourselves. Thoughts become things. So if we are constantly speaking beauty, wellness, wholeness, and healing over the person that we're caring about, over ourselves, because we're in this with them, in the environment, just breathing in pure divine unconditional love, and then also breathing it out and filling the space with that energy, with intention and laughter and celebration, then we are creating a space for wellness, healing, and wholeness. And that is something that you should do with intention at any cost. Always look for the light. Always look for ways to find joy and bliss and ease. Always bring that to the forefront. Okay? I don't care how dense the atmosphere might seem. Raise the vibration in that atmosphere so that you feel whole, you feel well, and the other person that you're caring for, it just transfers over to them. It downloads, okay? Things that you watch on TV. This is the next thing. If it's something that you guys truly enjoy, perfect. But if it's some stuff like the news all the time and it creates this conversations about woe is me, or the sky is falling and the world is coming to an end, and it's all this other low, dense, heavy stuff, discontinue that. Or at the very least, limit it to 15 minutes. But the rest of your TV viewing, if you must watch, should be movies and games and things, comedies, things that make you laugh. Play music. Fill the space with beauty and celebration. People think that we have to wallow in this pit of, I'm going to say negativity, because that is the polarity. They feel like we have to wallow in that just because, and we do not. It doesn't matter what else is going on. And yes, we can feel into the initial hit of what the diagnosis may be. We can feel into that and sit with it for a while. We can do that. But as long as we all have breath, as long as we can move and converse and exchange energy, then I feel like we owe it to ourselves to release that. Like, okay, great, we have the diagnosis, okay, fine, we can release that and then fill the rest of the space with joy and laughter and bliss and celebration and dance and singing. I mean, why not? Why not? And we can speak beauty over ourselves and over our loved one that we're caring for. That is part of being a healing conduit, not just for them, but also for yourself. Okay, and so that brings me, I kind of segued and I kind of touched on this, but again, bringing in wellness, bringing in, making sure and being intentional that you are facilitating an atmosphere of an environment of wholeness and wellness so that you can get through this, so that you can be strong and healthy and healed and whole and well, so that you can also radiate that out to the person that you are helping. There are so many tips and so many things, but I feel like these are truly the most important. And before I end this, I want to say, not everyone will have willing people who are willing to pitch in and help. And I am speaking directly to you right now. Do not concern yourself with the people who are not helping. Recognize it and just say, wow, this is interesting. It doesn't matter how much you've helped them, how much you've given them, how much they were around before and now they've disappeared because now they don't want to face what's going on, or they just don't, they're just thinking about themselves and themselves alone. None of that matters. Go ahead and feel into that. Cry about it if you have to. And then after that, send them a little bit of love and compassion and light. Okay, because that only means that they're not meant to be in the space. Okay, that only means that they may not be the vessel that can bring the healing in that you need. That could mean that they are not at the capacity. They don't have the capacity to do what's needed to be done in order to show up in that way. And that is fine. That's okay. When and if they are ready, then they will show up. In the meantime, after you've cried about it and gotten upset about it, give yourself a little time to feel into that and then release it and move directly into wholeness, wellness, and healing, and keep your eyes on the prize. Until the next video, live simply and be kind. I'm wishing you the best.